I'm a Cal Poly graduate. Like so many of us, I was lucky enough to never have to leave the Central Coast. So last week, I was at an epic dinner party in Idaho, and I happened to be reading my emails. Yes, I'm guilty of reading emails on vacation and even at dinner parties. And I happened to see Jim's request to speak at Good Morning SLO. Luckily, I had consumed 2 glasses of champagne and filled with this liquid courage thought, what an honor, how could I say no? So here we are. What the heck is going on in the real estate market? If you listen to the news exclusively, you probably have no idea. I have been seeing all sorts of things in the media. Interest rates are going up, interest rates are going down, prices are going up, prices are going down, and even according to the Associated Press, UFOs piloted by little green men have been crashing into the United States since 1950s. But like so many of us, how can these aliens qualify for loans at these high interest rates? So how do we make sense of all of this? Real estate, like most commodities, is driven by supply and demand. Supply has been constricted, and we've been in a huge housing shortage for almost 20 years. Builders stopped building in the Great Recession, and when they finally started building, they could not keep up with the buyer demand. Then, as we all know, COVID hit, derailed the builders with supply chain shortages and numerous COVID-related supply delays. Now, the cost of land is so expensive, supply costs are still high, so it's hard for builders to build because the profit margins are still so small. That brings us to today, which is one of the weirdest real estate markets I have ever seen. Inventory was predicted to come up, but it hasn't. Inventory is still at an all-time low. So why are not more people selling? 82% of homeowners today have mortgages with an interest rate below 5%. 62% of homeowners have mortgages with an interest rate below 4%. So if you are one of the lucky 80% of the population who locked in at a phenomenal rate, you are probably not super motivated to go through the hassle of a move and gain a couple extra square feet in exchange for almost a double mortgage payment. So because of these factors, the inventory, the number of people selling, remains low. Ordinarily, an increase in interest rates would cause the prices to come down because buyers can't afford those increased costs. But our demand has remained steady. On the Central Coast, we continue to see people making the great migrations from San Francisco, LA, Orange County, and more recently, we've seen a surge from Seattle. These buyers tend to sell more expensive homes and come here with large down payments, making them less sensitive to these high interest rates. They may also perceive values here to be inexpensive relative to the markets they are leaving. This keeps property prices high despite these high interest rates. The supply and demand imbalance has caused a very strong seller's market. Right now, locally, over the past few months, we went from about 7 days on market as an average to about 15 days on market. While some people see this as an alarming slowdown, this is simply not the case. Traditionally, if a home is fairly priced on the market and sells within 90 days, it is still considered a seller's market. So what does that mean for our future? Interest rates should settle and stabilize, but they may not necessarily go down. These higher rates could be the new normal. People will always need to sell for obvious reasons: death, divorce, financial, health changes, and relocation for work. Based on what we are seeing, rents in SLO will continue to go up, so the best hedge you can make against inflation is locking in and owning your own home. Prices will continue to appreciate at a moderate rate, probably not to the extent we have seen over the past few years, but if Cal Poly continues to, oops, sorry, I missed my rate. Anyways, prices will continue to appreciate, but probably not to the extent that we have seen in the last couple years. If Cal Poly continues to grow and the great migrations continue, prices will continue to go up. So bottom line, a house is a long-term investment. As someone who personally took the leap this year and bought a property, I can say it's never about timing the market and always, it's never about perfectly timing the market, and always about what meets your needs and budget at any given time. In the long term, real estate prices will always go up, and we certainly all know what's going to continue to happen to rents. Thank you.